This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain shocking revelations, violence, and sexual themes. Viewer discretion is advised.
Nobody cares for the pain I into your eyes.
Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is entitled Love You to Death. It was written by Lynne Hattie and Anna Maria Mazur. Our keeper of arcane lore is Keith Craig, and this is a one-shot. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Keith?
Thank you, Thom. It is February 15th, 1929, Chicago, Illinois. The city is abuzz with the news of the St. Valentine's Day massacre that occurred yesterday. Seven members of the North Side Mafia were gunned down mercilessly in a warehouse. Most people assume that it was probably Al Capone's South Side gang that did the hit, but the police are just beginning the investigation. We join our investigators at the office of P.I. Manfred Johnson as he's just gotten a letter from an admirer that has been sending him letters over and over again, and we'll join them there.
Yeah, I got another letter from Ellie O'Sullivan, my longtime stalker, childhood friend. She's just became enamored of me.
You good looking?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think of her that way. We're children together, But we had I had another friend who was older than I was, but we had a lot of fun together, and Ellen sort of hung around with us, and she's okay. I mean, we played with her as kids, but she got, as she got a little older, she talked herself into believing she was in love with me, and it's just I wasn't interested in that. So, and here I got another letter. Oddly enough, I don't even know where she is because she doesn't put on a return address.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. Oh, my love, of course. This time I'm writing you from Chicago. I know you still live here, and I hope we will be able to meet one day. I can see that famous old water tower from the windows of my apartment, and I admire how it's lit up by the setting sun. She's always just kind of saccharine sweet. Today was a cloudless and beautiful day, so I could even spot part of the shore from my special high perch on the roof. No one but you knows I come up here only because I don't even know where this water tower and stuff is, but there's how many water towers are there in town? The janitor wouldn't be pleased if he did. He's such a fuss budget, just like our old director at the orphanage. Do you remember him, Mr. Blatty? Vaguely. Someday, I would like to share every sunrise and sunset with you. Oh, our lives would then be filled with all the splendid colors of the sky, and our love would become everlasting. Be sure I think about you every day and know that I plan our next meeting every chance I get. I think I'll be able to make our paths not only cross very soon, but also lead in the same direction, whatever the hell that means. You may no longer recognize me as the woman I was, but deep down it will be me. Look forward to more news from me. My darling, forever yours, Ellen. Yeah, I've got like 3 dozen of these. Uh, no,
Well,
I
I
kind
think
of had
it's
a thing
sweet.
for Hattie Jones, but um, she ended up married to somebody else. You
Yeah,
know,
she seems like a real piece of work.
this is years ago. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm 30. I'm 22. You know, we were 7 or 8 years old. She'll grow out of it. I'm sure she'll grow out of it. Everybody grows out of that sort of
She makes some
infatuation.
life decision she's not so happy with, that she's clinging to this childhood
I don't know. Are there any
puppy.
asylums next to a water tower? Who knows?
Why would she send you a letter and not give a return address?
She, see, we had kind of a falling out when we were kids. And she told me that she never wanted to see me again or ever see Hattie again. And off she went. And we tried a number of times to fix the friendship, but she was kind of a little bit of a weirdo.
So it's a
Nice
love
weirdo.
triangle, is what you're saying.
Well, no, Hattie never was interested in me. So I was vaguely interested, but because she, okay, look, you had the weird thing where I was a kid and Hattie was also in the orphanage. She was a little older. And, things go on in orphanages where, there's bullies and stuff like that. And Hattie was big enough that she was kind of tough and defended me a few times. And so I kind of, developed that, I don't know, some sort of psychological syndrome where, you kind of fall in love with your protector. But I always knew it was just a kid thing. And I don't know. I wish people would just go on with their lives. I have. Hattie has. Ellen hasn't. I
Well,
hope
have you
she's not
tried
lonely.
turning down the poor girl? Because she's in town. She might stop by your office.
I have no way to contact her. You know, she talks like I know all about her, and I'm like, girl, I don't know who you are. We might as well. We've not met or seen each other longer than we actually did meet each other when we were kids. So it's all kind of weird. I guess everybody has their weird things that go on in their lives, huh?
Maybe it's some joke.
No, it's not a joke. She's been doing this for 10 years. It's weird. It's weird.
About that time, you hear a knock at the office door.
Do I have a secretary?
No.
Okay. I'll walk over to the door. Open it up.
When you open it up, you see standing in front of you this woman. She looks vaguely familiar. She's brunette and she's got these green eyes. And when she looks at you, she goes, "Manfred, is that you? It's Hattie."
Oh, yeah, of course, Hattie. Come on in. God,
Oh,
I haven't seen you in years.
I know. I looked you up and I was because I need some help and I knew you might be able to help me out, but you look great, you know.
How you doing? I heard you got married to what's his name? James May? John
John
May.
John.
May. That's it.
And when you do that, you see her when you say that, you see her tear up.
Oh,
And she's like, yeah,
oh geez,
John was, and she's like, do you have a tissue or something?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, she's like, John was killed yesterday. He was gunned down.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
He was gunned down yesterday. Do you mean in the
yeah.
massacre?
Is that what people are calling it now? Yeah, I mean it was. Yeah, he was.
Oh,
He was a. I mean, I knew he was dealing with some bootleggers, but I didn't think that he would, he was involved in something that would get him into a gang war.
might have been some bystander, maybe.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But
Oh, Hattie, I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
If
She's
there's
like,
anything I can do, you know.
oh, well, yeah. I mean, with John gone, I'm just lost. And what's worse is that he took our dog Highball with him, and the police have impounded the dog. And when I tried to get him out, they wouldn't release him. They said that he tried to bite a
Oh,
police officer, and they're going to put him down.
well, if you don't mind me asking, what's your address? I can go down there and get the dog.
Hell yeah, my address is 1144 West Belmont, apartment 5.
I have a friend in the department, so he could possibly pull a few strings,
Oh,
get the
that'd
dog
be
out.
oh
Yeah, I'm sure that's
that'd be wonderful. She's like, oh, I mean, if I mean, nothing's going to take the pain away from losing John, but if I lost, everything, I mean, it's my only connection left to John. It was
sure,
his dog. And
sure. When's the funeral?
the funeral will be in a couple days.
Nice.
On, I haven't even really started the arrangements or anything.
What time of day is it?
It's morning,
Okay. Well, we
probably
get
about,
down there this afternoon and see if we can get your dog. Now
oh,
is
I
he like
really appreciate it.
is he like overly protective? Uh,
No, he's real friendly and all, but I could see him being nervous. I mean, from what I understand, they use machine guns, and he would have been there.
yeah,
Yeah.
dogs don't like loud noises. Morgan, is there anything you can do to help her make arrangements?
Got the will sorted out. I can do what I can.
She probably just needs a funeral and stuff.
I have a light week of work, so I can help whenever and wherever I can.
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate it and all. It means a lot to me. She's like, I hate to, just not talk to you for a long time, and then I show up and kind of asking a favor, but you're the only person I could think of that could help.
Look, you saved my ass a couple of times way back when, so you know, I mean, I totally respect. You went off and married John, and that's cool. I mean, he's a nice guy. I'm sorry that this happened,
Yeah, well,
but no, consider it done.
okay. She goes like, here, and she takes off her like scarf, and she's like going, this the dog Highball will be able to smell me on this, and so that
That's a
may
good idea. Yeah,
maybe it'll calm him down if he's kind of being edgy.
so I'll take it. I'll wrap it up.
What
Oh,
what kind of breed of a dog was is Highball?
He's a German Shepherd.
oh,
Uh, yeah,
smart
so
animals.
that's why the police were scared. The coppers see a dog with the fighting instincts of a German Shepherd. And they get I'm glad Highball's still among the living because situation like that be yeah.
Oh,
Sorry for your loss. Do
So
you
thank you.
maybe after this is all over, we can get together and talk about old times.
Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah, just
I'd
anything to
like
take
to
my
come to
mind
the
off of
funeral
it.
if that's okay.
Oh, of course, yeah, yeah. I mean, I told John about you, and I mean, we of course talked about our childhood, and I told him about you and everything.
Hey, can I ask you? I don't want to intrude on your grief, but can I ask you kind of an odd question? Do you ever hear anything from Ellen?
Alan.
Ellen O'Sullivan.
Oh, from the orphanage.
Yeah,
No, I haven't heard from her in years.
she she writes me like once a month, um, but she doesn't give me an address to write back to her. Or I think she's still freaking in love with me.
Well, sometimes people have abandonment issues, or orphans. I mean, it's just, and we were the gang that hung out together for a while, but man, whew, that's got to be that's 12,
Life goes
12,
on.
12
Yeah, 11 or
years
12 years.
Wow.
Well, I was just wondering. I didn't mean to distract you from your
No,
problem
that's
at
all
the
right.
time.
I mean, distractions, they're a welcome relief at times like these.
Do you want to come with us to get your dog, or do you want me to bring it to your house
Oh, if you could just bring it to the house
or
and all,
apartment? Yeah.
yeah, my apartment, yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah, being down there after my last interaction with the cops, I mean,
Yeah. Let me
yeah,
give a phone call, and I'll, as soon as you leave, I'll call immediately over there and see if I can get over there and get the dog.
Mrs., if you'll forgive some maybe untoward curiosity from a stranger, what did you think your husband did for a living?
Oh, he was a auto mechanic, and I mean, I knew he worked with some people that, in who hasn't been to a speakeasy.
Yeah, I know everybody's in the rackets in one way or another, but usually I think you expect somebody who's a big shot enough to, forgive me, get gunned down in cold blood. You'd think they'd be living the high life beforehand and not like a.
Maybe he was
just
just
in the wrong
wrong.
place at the wrong time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it was Mr. Capone, I mean, there's not much we can do about that. I mean, he runs this town.
Did you know any of the other victims, or were they all strangers to you? Because the papers, again, they make it seem like it's people who know each other.
Well, I'd met the Goosenbergs, Pete and Frank, at get-togethers. I got together with the wives more than the men would go and do their business, and the wives we would go do things. They're kind of all into this, like their latest thing is going to see this fortune teller.
Oh, that's odd.
Well, I'm not real into it, but I just wanted to get out of the house, and I thought it'd be help out John, just getting good. But
Well,
apparently she's not very good at her job because she didn't predict a major occurrence and the lives of these people who are friends with each other. So
yeah, unfortunately not. I guess that's true.
How long have they been, the Gusenberg brothers both, and you're John?
Yeah.
And
How
they
long?
were going back and forth to see. They were seeing this lady over a period of time.
Well, yeah. I mean, the wife, they had been going seeing a while. One of the wives, Lucille, she really insisted that I had to take part in it. I went a couple times. It's not for me. I just
Like a seance kind of thing. You take part.
no.
Or
They
was it
had like
phone reading?
they had cards, like with weird pictures on it. I think they called it like a tarot or
tarot
something.
cards. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I didn't like it. I just the last time I got a headache and excused myself. So
Well, let me make a phone call. We'll call over the. You know what precinct that was?
the 5th.
Okay. So
Yeah,
maybe you
well,
and I can.
I can't imagine what you're going through, Hattie. I'm so sorry. We'll get your dog back. You definitely deserve that.
Oh, thank you very, very much. you all are too kind.
And if you need anything, here's my card.
Oh, thank you. I will reach out to you. I think the apartment was in John's name, because they didn't let a woman rent an apartment, so I
Yes,
might
of
need.
course.
That all sorted out.
All right. Hopefully, Manfred. I'll see you this afternoon or tomorrow, and
Oh yeah, probably today. It won't take that long.
Oh, good. Thank you. She
So
kind of gets up, and
I'll show her the door.
there it is. Yeah, and so it walks on out.
Well,
Comes the brakes, huh?
let's see if we can get her that dog back.
Yeah, police officers taking a grieving widow's dog away from her. I can't.
No,
believe it.
I don't think that happened. I think the dog was with the husband when he got shot. And they
Yeah,
probably
but
just
she
took
went
it.
and asked for it, and they refused her.
Oh yeah. I wonder if John was more involved than I don't know what the mafia is in. I mean, bootlegging is fine, but yanking
I'll,
a stack of barrel of whiskey on the back of a dog.
gonna say, dog's not the one doing the bootlegging.
So we'll make a phone call. We'll call precinct 5.
Okay. Yep. When you get the desk sergeant, we'll say Sergeant Johnston.
Yeah, this is private investigator Manfred Johnson, calling from. I'll give him the address and stuff like that. I've got a friend who says that you guys have her dog impounded.
Let me check the file here.
That has tag name Highball. It's a German Shepherd.
Yes, we have it here. He tried to bite a couple of our police officers, and can't have animals out there biting people.
Sure. Can I come pick up the dog?
You'll have to take that up with the investigating officer in charge of it, Officer Jakarski.
Jakarski. And how can I get a hold of him?
He's usually here. He's kind of busy. He's investigating the shooting.
Oh, well, look, the woman just lost her husband, and she wants her dog.
Yeah, and tell him
Husband was
that
out
he
walking
should
the
be
dog.
ashamed of himself, Manfred.
Yeah, husband was out walking the dog, and he died, and she wants the dog back.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't have a problem with you getting the dog. Like I said, it's not my call.
Where do I need to go?
Come on down to the precinct, and he gives you the address. And I'll let Officer Jakarski know that you're coming. It was Johnson, correct?
That's correct. Manfred Johnson, private eye.
Manfred Johnson. Okay.
All right. Thank you. I don't know why it sounds like they're going to give us trouble for this.
Was that Chikarsky you said?
Yeah, Jakarski.
Yeah, me and him go way back.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I might be able to pull a few strings,
Well,
reminisce of the good old days, and get that dog back.
let's go do that. Leo, Betty, you want to come with? Maybe we can go to lunch afterwards.
Yeah, could be interesting.
Yeah, let's make sure this gets done.
So we'll go downstairs and hop in our gigantic touring car
Okay. All right.
with the runners on the side. So,
All right. So you find the police station being a private eye, you've probably know where it was located already. When you show up, you get the familiar smells. You got the coffee that smells like it's been burnt and then sitting out for way too long. Of course, the air is just coated in cigarette smoke, and lots of people kind of sitting in the lobby, waiting to talk to someone.
Right. So we'll go in. Morgan and I will go up to the front desk and tell the officer there what we're here for.
Goes, you're the guy I talked to, right?
Yeah, if it was you, yeah, sure. Nice to put a face to the name to the voice.
Yeah, same. I thought I recognized you from some reports. You do good work with your investigating and all. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, going back. Bart back there. He's expecting you.
You got it.
Yeah. He's like, I hope you can get the dog out. I hate to see it put down. He didn't really bite anyone. He just kind of growled.
Yeah.
Bart's the one you got to worry about.
So we'll saunter on back past the criminals, past the other cops, and the holding cells.
All right. When you come there, Morgan, you see Officer Bart Chikarsky. He's he's got a kind of a goatee. It looks like he kind of is got maybe a 5 o'clock shadow. It looks like he's been up for quite some time. His eyes are a little bloodshot, and it looks like he's on about his 10th cigarette for the day. And he looks up, he's like, "Hey, Morgan, I didn't know you were coming down also."
Not here to get you in trouble this time. Just give him my client.
Your client? Well, the case I'm working, they're all dead. So, I pretty sure you're not representing any of them.
Well, perhaps Johnson here can tell you more.
Yeah, it's maybe indirectly. I got a friend, Hattie James. She her husband was out walking the dog and apparently got shot. That's all that I really know, but apparently you have the dog.
Oh, that dog, the dog that was at the warehouse.
That apparently tried to bite some of you?
Yeah, he kind of growled and lunged at a couple of the officers when they were trying to wrangle it up. It was the weirdest thing. The officer thought he was dead when he showed up, but dog hopped up and growled and lunged at it and barely got his hand out of the way.
Well, Miss James told us that the dog's normally quite gentle, but was probably rattled by the noise.
Yeah, I could see that. He's like going.
Well, I told her that we could bring her dog back to her. So what do we need to do? What do we need to go through?
Well, he's like, well, let's go down and see if the dog even wants to go with you. I'm not gonna just release the dog to someone that's is going to take a bite out of, because then I'd have to deal with that, and your friend Morgan here, or he might hold us accountable for it. So I get away from the desk here. So he kind of gets up. You see him kind of shuffle his papers into somewhat of an organized stack, and then he gets up. And he's like, "All four of you coming?"
Yeah, might as well.
All right, let's go.
Betty has a thing for cops.
Oh, she does, huh? Well,
as long as they don't treat dogs poorly.
I love animals, but yeah, you understand,
Good.
Well, as you come down, he kind of walks you back, and then you come to like this cell, and you can see this German Shepherd sitting there. It looks like he's got like a bowl of water and a bowl of food and everything. he looks up at you, and you can see he's got a collar, and his collar's like a made of silver. It looks like it's got a shield with a sword through it, almost like you would see like in a castle, but obviously much smaller than would be hanging up on a castle wall, anything. And the dog kind of looks at you with its sad puppy dog eyes.
Hey, boy. And I pull out the cloth and come here, boy. Come on.
As soon as you pull out the scarf, he kind of stands up, his tail's wagging quite quickly, and he sniffs it, and then
Eyeball.
yeah,
Yeah. And I'll try to, scratch him behind the ear as he does that.
Oh, he's a good boy.
yeah.
Good boy.
He sniffs your hand when, of course, when you reach out, and then when you scratch his ear, he licks your hand or wrist.
But I may have just before I did all that, kind of rub the scent on me.
Mm-hmm. Goes, well, seems like you.
Yeah.
The officer, my client is innocent.
Yeah. Well, I think if I got a little bit of paperwork that I need you to fill out, but even the ones that he kind of lunged at, they've calmed down, and no one wants to see the dog put down. And if I can sit there and say, "Hey, we had someone here," we'll get a little paperwork, and we're busy enough with those men being killed to not worry about this. You don't mind filling some paperwork out there, Morgan, do you?
My favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
For winning.
So I do have a question for the GM.
Mm-hmm.
How do you look? You said she looked a little different, obviously older, but did I suddenly, at first, we were like childhood friends, and I knew she was married, but then I found her husband's dead.
Oh, like,
do I find her attractive at this
her husband's not even cold in the ground.
No, I know. You have an initial.
I know, yeah.
Thing. You wouldn't say it out loud, but you feel it.
Her parents is 60, and she's she's a
little older than me.
Yeah, she's about 4 years older than you. But she is an attractive woman. She's not going to be like dancing in Broadway or with the Rockettes, but she's still an attractive lady, and
I'm not going to push anything, but this might be a rekindling of a friendship. So,
right.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I'm single, so
that's true.
Officer, just between you and me, as dog lovers, do you guys think it was Capone? I'm not a reporter. I'm just some guy who happens to,
he is definitely on our list. Either that or Jack Machine Gun McKern. He's the other one for obvious reasons. He seems to like his Thompsons.
Is this going to start some sort of gang war?
I hope not. But unless they can keep it isolated to just themselves. I don't know. Between you and me, I think that whole 18th Amendment was just a mistake. It's just made things worse.
Between you and me and a highball the dog,
Yeah.
we could all agree that once in a while everybody needs a highball.
Yeah, I think his owners didn't support it either with that name.
Surprising how many people that I run into that don't like prohibition.
Yeah.
Wonder if that passed.
Hey, Bart, how do you spell your name? The form needs it here.
Oh, Cichharski.
I'm just going to put Bart.
Yeah.
Bart C, they'll know who it is.
Officer Bartsy.
I'll make sure my name gets on there. You're not the first person. I mean, I'm just glad that I could that I got to keep it. So, but yeah. I mean, it's a mess. I mean, you didn't want to see what we saw. The bodies were just they were just lined up.
I've seen plenty of dead bodies, but
Mhm.
yeah, driving by with machine guns, that's it's pretty low.
Was
Yeah.
was Highball the only dog there?
He was, yeah,
And
only dog.
it seemed like the dog was dead at first. Was he bloody? I mean, I can't even imagine why they wouldn't have shot a German Shepherd if they had 7 guys lined up, because I would imagine the dog would get pretty upset about that sort of thing.
He's like, well, there was a survivor, the Mr. Gusenberg, Pete, and
Oh,
he didn't. He passed away this morning in the hospital, but he said that they shot at the dog several times, and he thought that they had hit it, but
huh. Hey,
yeah,
you guys haven't washed any blood off or nothing?
no. Yeah, the dog yelped is what he said. I mean, he was high on, painkillers, of course, when I was talking to him. He took 14 bullets.
Oh,
We we aren't involved in that case, and we're just following what our client has asked. But were any of these people innocent bystanders that happened to be caught in the crossfire and the?
There's a couple there that I don't think are they're not on our radar. There was a Reinhard Schwimmer. He was if he was associated with the mob, we weren't tracking him. And a John May, he was a mechanic of some sort. Now, we'd seen him work on cars for the mafia, but I don't think he was actually involved.
That's her husband. Yeah, she said she didn't think that he could be involved in anything like that. But then again, every business is a little bit involved because they got to pay protection money and whatever.
True, and yeah.
Talk about your lousy luck, though. To be a car mechanic is lined up against a concrete wall and gunned down.
Mm.
Well, I guess the really lousy luck is losing your husband on St. Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
If he was out at dinner at a nice Italian restaurant instead of in the warehouse, then she'd have a husband today, and at least she gets a dog.
Yeah, we gotta count our luck where we got it. At least a good boy here made it out okay.
Yeah, and when you kind of like pat the dog, he kind of like rubs his head against your leg, showing affection. It's very
Such a
loving
good
dog.
boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
so
loving.
good.
I will tie the scarf in a knot around his collar.
Mm-hmm.
And is there a leash? I mean, was he wearing a leash at the time and still has it?
They have a leash that you could
right.
use. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chikarsky.
Part C.
Officer Chikarsky.
So, no problem. And
thanks for not putting the dog down.
Well, yeah, I was not wanting to do that. He's, I think I was with you. I think he was just scared. I mean,
right. So, are we done?
All right, you want to check my homework?
Sure. And you can give me a law roll. Let's see how well you filled it out.
63 under 70, so just a regular success.
Yep, you filled it out. All right, you You did leave his last name for him to fill in. So he kind of chuckles about that.
Right. So if there's nothing else, we'll take the dog out to the car.
Mm-hmm.
And
He hops right up into the car. He kind of he gets himself in the middle. You can tell he's probably used to kind of riding in the middle between a couple people.
And whoever he seems to have taken a shine to, they can sort of hold the leash.
Yeah, Betty. He seems like Betty.
I got the dog.
So it looks here like her address is 1144 South Belmont. Let's head over there.
All right.
I'd call her on my cell phone, but we don't have them.
Yeah, it's true. All right. Everyone can give me a spot hidden as you're leaving.
40 is a fail.
80 is a fail.
53 is a fail.
A regular success.
A regular success. All right. So as you are leaving, Morgan, you notice there's a woman across the street. She's got jet black hair, and she's kind of she's watching you. And when you get into your car, she kind of turns and then ducks down into an alleyway, but which was regular. That was about all you saw. But you're pretty sure that like as soon as you guys came out, that she kind of looked up and was looking definitely intently at you four.
Yeah, girl over there. I'll kind of point where she is. She might have wanted the dog. I don't know. It felt like she was watching us. Yeah, it felt like she was watching us, or at least a dog.
Who's that?
When you look, you don't see a woman.
Oh, there's timing things, I suppose. I suppose you could just walk into a police station and get a free dog if you knew enough people and asked.
You can go to the pound and do that.
Sure.
Yeah, so we'll drive. I assume it's not too far from.
No, not too far.
Belmont's a pretty lively neighborhood, right? Belmont's a major thoroughfare, and trying to figure out where 1144 is. But maybe he was an honest mechanic, but maybe he also was a mechanic to a particular class of people, which is how he ended up there. And so maybe a little more cash. Is that
maybe
reasonable?
To be perfectly honest, I've never seen a mechanic that wasn't a little dirty. But yeah. She said, what, apartment 5?
Yes.
All right. So we'll drive over there. Of course, there's no parking.
No parking. So you have to park like a block away.
Yeah. And
as you're kind of walking down the street, a couple people, they stop and they're like, "Oh, hey, highball," and they kind of reach out and pet him, and he's like, "Oh no." They look up, Eric. Are you taking care of the dog for Hattie during this time?
the dog ran off. We're bringing it back to Hattie.
Oh, okay.
You know Hattie, huh?
We live in the same building, and we'd see her take the dog out for a walk every day, and we didn't see her take the dog out yesterday. We assumed, maybe, and then we heard about her husband.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible shame.
It's awful. What's this city coming to?
Well, the city's trying to keep it from happening, but gangsters.
Yeah. Well,
they should just re-legalize gasoline. They should re-legalize alcohol, and then all of this, would fade away. We're making the mafia into millionaires by the bootleg industry.
Yep. Government's getting money too. Bribes and these
People
sort.
are we in the Great Depression? No, we're not.
No, not yet. And the market has not crashed yet.
Yeah. People starving to death during the Great Depression, but the bootleggers were making $1 million a year.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, so we'll go up to the apartment.
Okay. Yep. When you
You have to buzz in.
when you go, nope, you don't have to buzz into the building. And when you go up, it's on the second floor. And when you get there, you see that the door is ajar.
Ugh. Knock, 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 knock.
When
Hattie?
you knock, the door kind of swings open. You don't hear any words.
Hattie, we got your dog. We're not robbers. We'll just go in, make sure
Mm-hmm.
everything's okay. Maybe we might have to wait until she gets home.
Does the door frame look all right?
It does. Yep.
It's not. It wasn't like it looked. It doesn't look like it was kicked in or anything. She just left
No.
it.
Yeah.
And
But
then
when
she's
you do
distracted.
come in, you see a writing desk is well, not writing desk, like what would be next to a couch, like a little
An end table.
an end table. Thank you. It's knocked over, and her purse looks like it was sitting on the end table, but now it's also on the ground.
I'm going to immediately start searching the apartment to see if she's
Okay.
And of course, at the same time, I'm thinking maybe they were more involved than she led us on to believe, but this definitely looks like some sort of something.
All right. So the apartment, you've got the living room, you've got a kitchen, you've got the bedroom, and a bathroom.
So cursory, I'm just going very quick.
Yeah.
So she's lying on the floor somewhere.
She is not.
And sound-wise, the radio's not playing. There's not water running.
Correct. Yeah.
But it looks like, did anybody steal anything? For purses there, has it still got money in it?
When you check the purse, there is still a wallet in it, and there's also a dagger, but it's kind of looks ornate. It's kind of in this ornate sheath, and at the end, it kind of got almost like a 80-degree angle on it.
Oh, that's interesting. So maybe she doesn't have, maybe her husband had the keys to the apartment and she can't lock the door. She doesn't want to close it. Maybe she just went down to the bodega to get something. We'll just wait for her.
Yeah.
Well, she would have taken her purse.
Fix this table while we're at it.
Okay.
The tip of the dagger is bent.
Yep.
Like she used it to pry the door open.
Nope. Like it was made
Like
that
it's
way.
made that way. It's got a curve to it.
Oh, like a little scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like the dagger on the shield on the dog's collar.
It is not.
It's
Like
got a
something
weird motif.
Well, it's
And
an
if it-
eclectic town, so maybe she's.
Yeah. If anyone has history or a cult, you can make a roll on that.
Ooh, I've got a 5. Let's see. If
A
that
little bit more than that. It would be an odd chance. Oh, wow. On 99 occult roll,
Yeah. You're
I
like,
inadvertently summon up Satan himself.
I rolled a 94.
wow. I love it.
Good way to get a 99 out of the way
That's right. That's right. Okay.
for a little risk.
has summoned
and-
me.
As while they're poking around, I'm going to look like, is she under the bed? Is there a closet or a wardrobe? Like, she's got to be here.
Yep.
How's the dog behaving?
The dog, at first when it came in, was coming into its home, and then, it starts to, how dogs will get kind of that separation anxiety when, my master should be here. So it starts sniffing around, but
Does it act like it's sniffing anything that it doesn't like strangers in the house? Oh, we're covered in its scent by now, but
Yeah. No, it seems like it's kind of moving quickly through the thing. Obviously, at first, it was probably just looking around like, hey, no, mom or dad should be here. And
ashtray. Does the ashtray have multiple kinds of cigarette butts, or is it all just one kind?
just one kind.
Okay.
Does she have like house shoes and like dress shoes or house shoes and work shoes that she switches between? And are there any like left behind?
Obviously her house shoes are still here, but like her, you don't know how many sets of shoes she had, but there's not like an odd shoe out, like every shoe has a matching pair.
It doesn't look like she switched shoes when she came back. Maybe she hasn't been back yet. She probably had on high heels when she came to see me.
But she would have her purse. Did she have her on her purse when we were at the meeting this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
So she's definitely been back. We're on the second floor. Is there a balcony?
Yes, there is. There's a fire escape.
Okay. No indication that she's been out on the balcony. Fresh food in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Food in the icebox. It's also February in Chicago, so everything's closed tight.
Yeah.
Wet towel or dry towel?
Where are you looking for that?
In the bathroom. Well, where the tub or the shower is.
Okay. Give me a luck roll.
92. Boy, rolling great tonight.
Okay. When you go into there, the dog follows you in. The towel there, maybe it's just barely still a little damp, probably because
from this morning.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for her husband's stuff.
Okay.
Like I don't know, anything like a booze stash. I don't know, anything he might have that like connects him to something.
Okay. Which room are you doing that in first?
Bedroom.
The bedroom? Okay.
Yeah, probably the bedroom, and then I'll check like the kitchen cabinets.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So give me a spot hidden.
That is that's an extreme success. 8 under 40.
Okay, you're looking around for a bit. Obviously you're not trying to trash the place. Prying stuff open, but in the bathroom when you go in there, you do notice that a tile is loose on the floor that Manfred failed to step on with his luck roll to notice that it was loose. And when you open it up, there's looks like the concrete board that you put tile on, so the grout doesn't crack. It's kind of been scraped out, and there's like a folded up piece of paper in there.
Manfred, you missed this.
What is it? What is it?
Some paper. I'm going to reach out if there's anything else.
Was it under a tile?
Yes.
Holy crap. We used to play a game when we were kids. We'd leave messages for each other under a tile in the bathroom. Usually it was involved some sort of puzzle. It was a puzzle game that we did.
Must have been bored. Me and my brother just hit each other with sticks.
There was a lot of that in the orphanage too. What's it say?
It says even without
being asked, it will answer willingly, and it can speak any and all languages. Is that frequently? Fluently. Although
bashfully,
it will not speak first. It will repeat after you the things you most first. Most first.
Most first.
It has no, is that tones? No. Bones, but has a spine. And while its
leaves turn.
Its leaves turned, they do not change
color.
It cannot speak, yet is never short of tales to tell.
The second one's a book.
Yeah, it's a book. That's a
It's
riddle.
obviously a book. It's the first one. Even without being asked, it will answer willingly. And it can speak any and all languages fluently, although bashfully.
It's an echo.
Or a parrot. Yeah, echo makes sense.
Or a parrot.
It will not speak first. Parrots sometimes speak whether you want to talk.
Yeah, I think echo's
echo,
probably the better guess.
It will repeat after you the things.
Echo book.
First.
All right.
Echo book.
How do we look for an echo? I know how to look
so
for
wait,
a book, but
you said that you and this Hattie, when you were kids, you played puzzle games? Is this the kind of riddle?
Yeah, these, 30 white horses on a red hill. First a chant, then they stand still. What am I?
Man, you're right, Morgan. This orphanage, it was a screwy experimental kind of institution.
Kids just make the shit up.
So she expects you to find this.
Echo book.
Nobody else would get this.
Echo book. Yeah. And we were the only ones that knew about it. Was she in trouble and she left us a message?
Help.
Check the blotter. See if we can see if this is the last thing she wrote.
Is there a desk somewhere?
Yeah, is there a bookshelf?
Phone desk?
There is a bookshelf and there is a phone desk. Yep.
Yeah, I'll start thumbing through the bookshelf.
Okay.
Book Echo. Is there an author? No, I don't know if this is a 20s author. Umberto Eco?
Not yet.
Not
no
yet.
radar, okay. No Umberto Eco, no fracking.
Yeah. So, all right. So we'll come back to the bookshelf. So someone was checking the desk?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you looking for in particular?
Well, when you wrote obviously in the handwriting with ink, and you blotted it to make sure there was no extra ink, and it left it would leave an impression. You could hold it up to the mirror,
or if you wrote on a pad, was this a piece of paper that was torn from a pad?
Yeah.
Yes.
There could be an impression underneath that, anything like that.
Mm-hmm. When you, there is a piece of paper, and you want to do the little, with pencil. Yeah. When you color it in there, you, what's this person's name again? Oh, geez. I want to make sure I get. It has a thing in there. Meeting with Mariad, M-A with a apostrophe above it, I-R-E with apostrophe above it, A-D, Mariad.
Meeting with Mariad, any time or date?
It does not have a time and date.
Well, that's a bullshit kind of name, so I bet that's the gypsy friend, right?
Oh yeah, maybe. It does sound like a bullshit name.
I'm not spelling that one either.
Echo book. I just realized I repeated that twice.
Yeah, you echoed yourself. Betty, as you are looking along the bookcase, you do see a book named Echo.
Oh, there you go, Betty.
This must it's something to look for at first. Yeah, is there anything dog-eared? When does it kind of fold open too?
Yeah, when you get it out, you see that the book cover that says Echo is, when you open it up, it's a diary. So she was just kind of hiding her diary away.
Oh, well, this seems a little personal.
But
Manfred, do you know Like, would it be the most recent entry? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think this message here is very old. So, uh, yeah, go ahead and read it.
While you guys look at the diary, do you think Manfred, you're professional. Should I ask the neighbors if they heard anything? Or should you ask the neighbors if they heard anything?
Sure, yeah, you can ask them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So February 1st, tonight, for the first time, I took part in something the other wives jokingly call their witchcraft meetings. I admit it was quite interesting, but I can't shake the feeling that the woman who organizes them can perform real, honest to goodness magic. Last week, apparently, she gave Irene a prediction, and it actually happened. Lucille Moran was also at the meeting, and she confirmed that quite a few of Mystic Maraid's predictions have come true over the last few months since these meetings started. I'm not sure I approve of or believe in any of it, but if this is what all the other wives are doing, then perhaps I'd better go to another one, if only to see Lucille again. Then February 11th, 10 days later, this meeting was much more unsettling. For some reason, Mystic Maraid kept staring straight at me through that veil of hers when she was performing those incantations. She claims, what is that? Ether?
She claims it they let her.
Oh, let her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she claims let her see the future, not just looking, but really staring. Like she was trying to get inside my head and read my thoughts. I started to get a splitting headache, so I made my excuses and left. Yeah, Hattie said that to us. I never want to go back to another one of those meetings ever again, even though I can't explain why. The whole thing left me feeling really unnerved. I also have the strange feeling that I've met Mareed before, but I can't think where or when. And look, there's a little drawing a highball. And 12th, the next day, Lucille came to me this morning and she was very disturbed. She said she's resigning from the witchcraft meetings. She also told me she had a feeling I was in danger and that somebody has designs on my life. I get a silver amulet from her. She told me to wear it as it would help keep me safe. She also gave me a dagger and told me to carry it with me always for protection. She made me put it in my purse and made me swear not to part with it at any time. If she'd told me this last night, I would have taken her a bit more seriously, but now, I don't know. Who could possibly want to harm me? I've put the amulet, an adorable silver cross thing, on Highball's collar. It really suits him. And the 15th, 3 days later. John, my love, is it my fault you were taken from me? Could I have done something to prevent your death? I feel so lost. What if Lucille was right? Who will protect me now you're gone? I'm sure someone's been watching me, and my head's been hurting so badly since yesterday. I hope that highball will be returned to me. I don't know what I'd do without him now. There is someone I can go see, my very old and dear friend. I only pray they can help. I'll feel much safer once Highball is back home again. So she was given a protective charm, and that's what this coat of arms is.
What the dog's wearing.
Yeah, and warned to never part with the dagger that we have now.
I think it was never part with the medallion.
Well, it was both. Yeah, it said never part with the dagger, and it's right there in her purse.
You know what's weird? That guy said that the dog got shot 3 times.
Yeah.
And it was wearing the medallion, and nothing happened to it. Maybe it is lucky.
Painkillers.
Yeah, I mean, I've read fiction, but I mean, I've never heard of any kind of actual protective wards. It's very strange.
Is there an address book by the telephone or telephone desk or?
Mm-hmm.
Is this Mayrid? Now I'm wondering if it isn't an Irish name instead of made up. Because they have D's where they don't belong, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, is there a number or address for this mystic under Mystic or Mayrid or?
There is not an address.
Is a paper from this week in the apartment?
Give me a luck roll.
It is an Irish name. It means pearl.
Mm.
Right, yeah, success on the luck, 38 for 60.
Yep. Then there is. Yep.
I'm gonna flip back to the classifieds. There's got to be a advisor slash whatever category in the classifieds. Is there a mystic married there?
There is not.
All right. I'll try the telephone book. I'm gonna go talk to the neighbors, see if anybody heard anything.
Yeah,
Does it
with
Well, if
seem-
we want to track down the mystic, we should talk to the other wives, don't you think?
that
Yeah.
too.
Lucille.
Immediately, yeah. Let's see if they heard anything. If there was a struggle, if there was noise.
Is the hallway comfortable temperature wise?
Yeah.
All right. So we can't tell. Look, the stovetop is cool, right? Or is
Yeah.
the room temperature? I'm just trying to figure out. It looks like she just left here before we got here. She was scared about something. She wanted us to bring the dog back. I just feel like she should be close. I'm going to try the place on the left first.
Mm-hmm. The door opens. It's a older lady, and she's like, "Yes, my husband's at work right now."
Good afternoon. I'm not here to sell you anything. You'll be relieved to hear. My friend's known your neighbor, Hattie May, for years and years. And we just brought her dog back. I don't know if you've heard, but there's been... Anyway, she's not in, but she left her door open. Did you hear anything? Have you seen Hattie this afternoon?
She left with I assume an acquaintance of hers, another woman.
Oh, thank you very much. How long ago did they go out, would you say?
Oh, that was probably about an hour at most, an hour or so ago.
What did the woman look like?
Oh, she had really dark black hair and these piercing green eyes. I mean, they almost sparkled when the sunlight hit her eyes through my window.
Okay, well, thank you very much. That helps a lot. Have a good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Probably check it a couple more to see if there's anything more we get out of them.
Yeah.
As you ask around, a lot of the apartments don't have anyone there, and the other ones, no, they didn't see anything.
So Morgan, you saw a woman, right? This is the woman you saw outside the police station?
Yes, she had black hair. I didn't see her eyes, but she did. I thought she was just interested in the dog, but she did seem like she was watching us. She left right when we exited the building.
We had better time than we did. By an hour? Is that even...
Well, she would have been here before then, if it is. But I mean, there's so many dark-haired women; it's hard to say.
But it is significant. I mean, guys, we don't necessarily have to believe this stuff, but some people do believe this stuff. If Hattie was nervous because her friend Victoria told her that she didn't want to have anything to do with Married, then she gave her the charm, which she put on the dog. What if this Married is interested in that charm? And that's why you think, I mean, there's an off chance that she was watching us. There are a lot of dark-haired ladies, but now we've got the dog here. Do
we want to...
That's weird going on.
Do we want to lock Highball up in the apartment with a bowl of food, or do we want to walk around with this German Shepherd that's got a talisman on it? Let's try to get Lucille on the phone. She must be in her phone book, right?
Yeah.
She is.
Beep, boop,
Seems like...
Operator,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kensington 568, please.
568. Rings and rings for a while, and then it picks up. You hear maybe a teenager's voice or something. It's a teenage boy. It's like going, The Moran residence.
Hey, kiddo. This is Lee Jones. I'm a friend of John and Hattie May. Is your mom home?
My mom? No, my mom doesn't live here. I'm employed here.
Oh,
Keep
sorry.
riffraff away.
Aha, gotcha. So is the missus at home? Lucille?
She is. She is. Can I let her know who's calling?
Yeah, this is Leo Jones. I'm a friend of John May and Hattie May.
Leo Jones. It's me. It's me, Billy Brock.
Oh, Jack and Mike changed, boy.
I recognized you as soon as you called. Yeah, that's my new job. You know, getting good with the missus, and she'll help me become a made man. You know.
Yeah, you and your ambition. Well, good for you. Good for you. You sure had yanked my chain. How long you been working there?
Oh, only the past week or so.
Busy week, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad I was working here, not hanging out around that warehouse.
Yeah, I bet you are. How's the lady doing under the circumstances?
Oh, she's doing all right. She's one of those foreigners, so she's kind of got some strange beliefs and all. But
Like
yeah,
what kind of what are we talking?
I think I think she mentioned she was from the Ottoman Empire, but
Uh-huh. Fair enough. Uh, have you been there long enough to meet Hattie May?
yeah, I know Hattie.
You ain't seen her today though.
No, no,
She
I
came she
mean,
came by.
she's
Yeah.
taking care of her husband and stuff.
Well, she's dealing with that. Yeah, the cops took her dog, and she came for help to get her dog, and now she's gone missing. Um, she hasn't called the house, I guess, because you're covering the phones.
No, no, she hasn't.
Oh, of an empire. Craziness all over the place. Guys, I got what's your title now? Comb.
I mean, when they want to bust my chops, they call me a secretary, but that's a lady's job. I just answer the phone. I appreciate if you don't call me secretary.
Yeah, I got other names for you. Uh, uh, Fellas, Betty, any questions for the household staff? I don't think Lucille's going to know anything. Unless, well, yeah, we want to find this Mairead lady.
Well, I'm only hearing half the conversation. I'm confused.
Oh, a fellow I have known around is working at the Moran household.
As a servant?
Yeah, as a factotum. House factotum. You all right with that, Cum?
Oh, they got money.
I like that. I like that name.
Yeah.
Totem.
Well, you don't think that she's going to know anything?
Yeah, well, we need to find the fortune teller.
Right. Yeah, so you could put in a good word for me with the lady of the household. We need to find a fortune teller that all these wives have been visiting.
Maybe
I could put in a good word for her.
maybe ask Lucille about the medallion.
Yeah, and the dagger, Ottoman. Yeah, so if the missus is available, come, Mr. Factotum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll go get her. Hang on just a second. Yeah, kind of hear him set the phone down. Then after maybe 3 or 4 minutes, about at the time where you start going, do you forget about me? You hear the phone pick up, and this lady's voice got a Mediterranean accent, and she's like going, "This is Mrs. Moran."
Pleased to meet you. I'm calling from Hattie May's apartment.
Oh,
We brought Highball home, and she's not here, and we're concerned that she left in the company of a black-haired lady with striking green eyes. Is that this Mairead? How do you say that?
Mariette is how she preferred to be called, and yes, that sounds like her description. Her eyes are almost like they would enchant you.
It seems like she must have enchanted Hattie, because Hattie left without her purse, left the door open. We're a little concerned. And she didn't take her purse, which has a strange knife in it. Do you know anything about that?
The kanjar? She didn't take the kanjar with her?
She didn't take anything.
She'll be that's concerning. I told her to keep the kanjar and the amulet with her at all times to keep her safe.
Yeah, I'm afraid she's not currently safe. Do you have any idea where Mary Ed would want to take her, or why?
Mariette seemed to have a fascination with her. She just when we first started attending the sessions, and she kept asking why Hattie hadn't come. Well, I decided to invite Hattie along, and after that, Mariette stopped giving predictions to the other ladies and seemed to focus on Hattie.
Okay. Do you think she'll have taken Hattie back to her? Where does she have like a studio?
Well, we usually would do it at her apartment. It's over by the water tower.
Oh, hey, man, we got your water tower.
Oh, great. That's going to start coming up again.
Yes, there's only one water tower in Chicago.
It's the water tower that people talk about. It's not just any water tower.
I can't tell you how the hackles on the back of my neck raise.
Mrs. Moran, do you want to meet us on the way to the water tower? You seem to know more about this. What is a kanjar?
Kanjar? It's a knife. It's used to fight evil spirits. See, one of the your mundane Western weapons have no effect on the mystical world, but the kanjar is able to keep the spirits back and from harming you.
All right. So we're gonna take Hattie's purse with the magical knife in it, and maybe keep. I don't know. Would you? So she put the amulet on the dog's collar. Should we bring the dog or just the amulet?
If she doesn't have that amulet, and she has no protection at all. She doesn't have the kanjar or the amulet.
It's all here in her place.
Yeah, I would bring the dog. I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry, you would or wouldn't?
I would, or the amulet. So.
Yeah, I mean they're a matching pair now. Do you have your own kanjar? Do you want to? I don't know. I don't want to drag a lady into something unseemly. Nothing personal, Betty.
That is my kanjar. I was going to ask for it back when I felt the threat had passed. But...
The threat appears to have magnified. All right, Mrs. Moran. Manfred, do you have an answering service for a phone? Could she leave a message for us? Manfred.
Manfred, she's talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was curious. I was just, it would be great. I would like it if Mrs. Moran could leave us a message. If you have one of those answering services where they call a lady and.
Yes. Yeah. There's. It goes to if I'm not in the office, and I give her the number.
Oh.
So yeah, if anything, if Hattie should show up or you hear anything, please call. This is that number is an old friend of Hattie's. That she came to for help. We're gonna go off to the. Do you have the exact address of the?
She does.
I think we shouldn't waste any time. Thank you very much for your help. Anything, guys?
750 Michigan Avenue is the address.
I love an address.
Yeah, players love to write it down.
Make sure everything's tidy with the house. I assume we're taking the purse, but when we leave, doors shut.
Okay.
That's not obviously open.
And in the purse, there are keys to the apartment.
Oh, all right. So we can lock it behind us. That's safer.
Water's not running, stove's not on.
You're right. All the typical things.
All right, Highball, let's go find your lady.
He happily goes with you. Okay. All right, so you guys, I assume, drive over to 750 Michigan Avenue?
Yep.
Okay. When you get there, this is it's in a seedier part of town. The building's about 7 stories. And you can see there is a fire escape going down the side of the building. But, it looks
not
like
as nice an apartment. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not as nice of an apartment area.
Big crummy place for a master of the mystic arts to live.
Yeah. Well, so she must run her business out of her home, huh?
Yeah, it's probably unlicensed.
Probably illegal.
Keep your hands on your wallets and other people's purses. Don't want anything getting stolen in here.
I'll clutch my purse closer to my chest.
Is there a directory in the foyer?
Yes, there is.
And is there a moraid listed there?
There is not.
Just going by a real name.
So it's kind of funny. We're in kind of a seedy neighborhood, and she has servants.
This is.
This is Maraid.
Yeah. But it's also funny that she's got this fancy sort of clientele, and she's living in a dump like this with her magnetic green eyes and ability to tell the future. So, are there? I'm guessing. Rough neighborhood Chicago 29, half the surnames on the directory are Irish.
Yeah.
So that's not going to help. Maybe we can get the dog to bring us up.
Maybe
that idea.
Maybe there's some secret code, a little eyeball with something with an arrow. I don't know. Maybe there'll be an arrow as we go up. The dog might help.
Yeah. Okay. Highball, can you find Hattie?
All right.
Find mommy. Find mommy.
Give me, with 2 bonus die, a track roll.
We got a 72, an 82, and a 32.
32.
Which I'll spend the luck to go down to 10.
All right.
I did get a 14, so I could spend the luck if needed.
Okay.
It's cheaper.
Yep.
All right.
I'll spend the full luck.
Okay. So, kind of like the dog, once it kind of is able to get past the other smells, you kind of get it directed. It picks up a scent, and it starts kind of pulling on the leash as it's dragging you along.
Oh, good boy.
And you see it keeps going up and up and up, and everyone can give me a constitution roll.
Oh, great. Now I know why my constitution's low. Oh, I got a 6.
Oh, yeah.
Wasted
Hey.
all that luck.
I got a 24, which is a pass, and I could make it a heart.
I got
Yeah,
a hard
I-
success.
I got a heart as well.
All right, yeah, you guys are not winded as you continue on up, and you go up the 8 stories, and he kind of stops at a door, and the door, is marked as roof access.
Oh, that's not good. All right, keep a who's strongest that can keep a hold on the leash so we don't lose.
I'll hold the leash. I'm strongest.
I don't want to lose highball too. And who's gonna hold the dagger? Any of you feel a little more mystical or a little more capable of being
Weaponry?
threatening?
Well, I've never stabbed anything before.
You know, I can be persuasive and I can be charming, but I've never been intimidating.
Yeah. I got a pretty good grip. I could hold the dog. Manfred, do you want the dogger?
All right, I'll take the dagger.
All right. And I'm guessing this is going to be some weird scene out here with this crazy lady who's got Hattie in some sort of spell. So just brace yourselves and I'll push the roof access door open and get out of the way because I'm frail.
All right. Okay. All right, who's the first one going up?
I guess I will go up first.
Okay. And where's the dog?
Probably in the
I'm
back.
holding the leash.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
back.
All right, so as you go up, when you get to the top, you open the door and you see at the edge of the roof 2 women fighting. You see Hattie fighting a dark-haired woman. They're kind of pushing back and forth. And what do you want to do?
I'm going to yell out, "My raid!"
And with that, they both kind of look up, and you see Hattie push the black-haired woman off of the roof, and she goes flying off, and she turns around, and she's like, "Manfred, you're here, my hero."
I'm going to immediately though run over and look over the edge of the roof.
Bodies 8 stories down, whatever falling that far onto concrete would do to a body. That's what it looks like. And as you're looking over, Hattie, she kind of puts her hand on your back, and she's like, I had to do it. She was wanting to get rid of me.
Self-defense.
Exactly.
I saw the whole thing.
We got highball.
Mm-hmm.
Highball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, highball. Hi. And the dog starts growling and barking at her. And give me a strength roll, Betty.
I got a hard.
Yeah, you're able to hold it back, but the dog is like,
Easy boy, it's Hattie.
Yeah. She's like, maybe we should put that dog down or something. It seems dangerous.
Can I give a I know there's something. Can I give a psychology roll to get an idea of what?
Sure.
I'm going to take the dog back inside.
Under 30.
What'd you get, Morgan? Sorry.
29 under 30.
29 under 30.
I've actually got an extreme, so because this is suspicious, I'll get out. Put the dog down.
Yeah, Morgan, you would have gotten the same impression you got as a player that, hey, something's going on. Leo, it almost like you picked up when Manfred said, hey, we've got highball. She didn't even seem to know what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Manfred, do you remember any of those childhood riddles from the orphanage?
I'm going to pull out the dagger
Mm-hmm.
and start walking towards her, and I say, "You left me a message. Do you remember what it was?"
Oh, no, but I just pushed someone off the roof. I'm not thinking about that right now.
Do you know where you left me the note?
With your secretary.
Well, yeah. I'm afraid we're going to have to take you in just because it's homicide.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's obviously self-defense. She kidnapped me and all, but after this, maybe we could go out and have a meal or something. Just you and me.
Guys, I don't know how to deal with this right now, but we're all suspecting the same thing, aren't we? Even though it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
What?
Hattie, do you have the keys to the woman's apartment so we can go inside and call the authorities? Because we're gonna have to call the authorities and explain that you pushed her off the roof in self-defense. I'm sure there's a crowd gathering around down there now.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the amulet off the dog.
Mm-hmm.
While you guys are talking.
No, I didn't have keys to her apartment. She just brought me up here. I don't know if she locked it or anything.
Could I potentially see any impression of keys in a pocket or something? And
she is wearing a dress, so she doesn't have
yeah, I figured. I was like, if there's any equivalent way, like a purse or something, she would have keys. I guess not.
Yeah, no. So she's like, but yeah, let's get off the roof. It's really cold here.
It's cold, and we probably don't have to call anybody anyway. By the time we get down to the ground floor, the police are going to be here.
Right, and she points at Morgan. He said it's self-defense, right? Yeah.
Well, it certainly looked that way.
Yeah, I mean, she comes and takes me from my apartment and brings me here.
How did she force you to come with her?
Oh, she had a gun. Yeah, and
so it's going to be down there on the body.
I would imagine. I don't know. I mean,
But you saw a gun.
Yeah,
she threatened you with it.
Definitely.
Generally, when people threaten people with a gun, it's not on top of a rooftop. They don't think. I don't know.
She was crazy.
Let's go down the street level. I hate heights.
And it's cold.
Me too.
How did you get to this building from Hattie's apartment? I mean, from your apartment.
Oh,
you took a cab?
My apartment.
Yeah. How did the crazy lady who had a gun bring you here?
Oh yeah, cab. Yes, yeah.
Brought you in a cab. Yeah.
Well, so he'll be able to corroborate that you were being kidnapped.
I'm sure everything can be worked out. Let's get you out of the cold and go downstairs. And if she turns away enough, I'm going to look at the other guys and I got an idea.
So Betty, where are you at with Highball?
Have back into the building, and I'm just keeping the dog away from her as much as I can. Do not trust her.
Yeah, when she gets to the door, to the stairs, if you're there, the dog is going to start barking and lunging again.
Yeah.
And then she kind of shuts the door and backs away. She's like, "Oh, that dog."
I'm looking for the opportunity in her racing mind trying to make all this shit up. She's going along. to accidentally call her Ellen when she least suspects it, so that she'll just respond. You know, like Ellen, watch the stairs; they're kind of treacherous.
When you do that, we'll just so we're all ingrained when you say your name, someone's name, or your name. Like if you said Keith, I would respond, right? And so she does, and then she's like, "It's Hattie." Yeah, I'll watch the step. Do you think that was Ellen?
I don't know how you managed it, but you're not Hattie.
She's like,
it looks like her.
Yeah,
she's like, man,
it responds like Ellen.
You were always so smart, Manfred. You and your quizzes that you and her would play. We could be happy. I know you always liked her.
Ellen, did you have anything to do with killing her husband?
No. That was just a coincidence that made this easier. Now this body's free to be with you.
Guys, we've got a problem.
Yeah, I could tell. She's crazy.
Well, I think it's maybe I'm not an expert, so I'd say there must be something like magic in the world, but this is Ellen O'Sullivan, not Hattie, and that somehow she's changed appearances with her, and Hattie's dead on the ground outside.
What?
I know it sounds crazy.
Where's the real Hattie? She's dead?
She's dead outside, and I think, as crazy as this sounds, it's the truth. And there is no fucking way it's going to hold up in court. Because nobody can possibly believe it.
If you tell that story, you're going to be the ones that are put away in the loony bin.
No, it's not complicated at all. It's Hattie who kidnapped, married, whatever you were calling yourself. You brought her to her building, and we saw you shove her off the roof. There's no gun on that body down there. So you'll just go to prison or the electric chair for murdering the woman with the striking green eyes.
Somebody will.
Or you can do it again.
Be you.
She can do it again. How do you do it?
Oh.
Don't let
a
her,
magician
let her
never gives
you.
up her secrets.
How do you, I mean, Ellen, I never liked you.
That's not true, Manfred.
No, it is true. I liked Hattie, and now you've murdered her.
But now I look like her.
I don't care what you look like.
You can pretend.
I'm going to ram that knife into her chest.
All right. Give me a fighting brawl.
I got a 14. That is a hard, but I can do an extreme.
I rolled a 100.
She didn't say it coming. She didn't even say it coming.
All right, yeah. So a knife is 1d4 plus your damage bonus.
Is it appropriate for me to do a sanity roll?
Yes.
Given all that's happened.
Hey, we all need to do one of those in a minute.
0-3 on the sanity roll.
I've got a 70 strength, and I don't have a bonus dice.
Your size must be.
My size is 50.
Yeah, I would have to look
4
that up.
points of damage.
Okay.
But I'm leaving it in.
Yeah, when you jab it in, of course, she kind of gasps, and you see her. She well, you don't see her. You hear her start saying words that are not English, or seem like the syllables don't make any sense. They almost got like a ocean or guttural kind of thing to it.
Weird
Betty?
orphanage shit.
Betty, lease the hound.
Yeah,
Yay, I'll let the dog go.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see here. We got 4 players. Okay, you release the hound, and the highball jumps and hits her, and German shepherds are quite efficient at attacking.
Yeah.
So kind of grabs on there, and I will give her a simple roll to see if she can focus enough. Well, now I've got all the bad rolls tonight. So she is unable to finish her spell when you see like her throat essentially get ripped out.
Then roll 2.
Yeah.
I'm
I
untouched
forgot
by
about the
this.
sound.
I failed that one. I rolled 97.
Okay.
I failed.
See someone get killed. We'll say that is I don't have the thing. We'll say a 1d6.
Well, I'm the one who killed her, so
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
both of you who failed, or
I got a 6.
the parties responsible for
Yeah.
trying
Wouldn't
to
it-
kill her. So
Witness someone's death is 1d6. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, I got a 6. So
Oh, nice.
Same.
and I passed my intelligence roll.
Excellent. What a way to.
63. Am I that smart? I'm not.
All right, so your mind kind of just blocks it. I go, okay, the dog got away, and like I did not loose the dog on it. For Manfred, what is one of your core ideologies or beliefs?
I don't think I had anything listed for them.
Yeah. So you can just.
Well, I try to solve crimes and make things right. So, in this case, I think I flipped out just because, despite the fact this doesn't seem even possible, it was absolutely happened, and he murdered somebody I really liked, and
Yeah.
she murdered. I keep saying he. She murdered her right in front of me. So,
Yeah.
I was crazed. Obviously, I was crazed.
You were crazed, and you're now you think that she was taken out, but you're not 100% sure. Hey, did she cast herself into someone else? Because we'll say that's kind of like the manifestation of your.
Yeah, I'll probably will then turn immediately to everybody else and ask them personal questions that I know the answers to.
All right. Nice. Cool. All right. And finally, Morgan, give me a law roll to see if you can.
Well, I'm also fully aware that I might go to jail for this.
Yeah.
That is a hard success.
Hard success. All right. So, your lawyer is able to, argue in there, spin the story that, hey, when we got there, they were fighting, the dog got loose. Unfortunately, you couldn't save the dog because the dog actually did kill a person. So, but you do keep Manfred out of prison because
that's because I have the amulet.
Yeah, that's right. You have the amulet. You've got the luck in there, and all, and so yeah, that's.
But I'm
Yeah, you're like always like every time someone like says something like, "Was that her?"
Every time someone has green eyes.
Actually, I failed sanity and I passed my intelligence and I rolled hallucination.
Oh, so, nice. Yeah.
We all have green eyes now.
I see a significant real person. I see Hattie.
Yeah, that's right. She
right in the peripheral
yep.
vision.
Mm-hmm. Maybe like in the Lovecraft story, the thing on the doorstep.
Yeah.
She there you go. I think you guys kind of figured it out. Essentially, she was able to, like, Smith be able to swap the minds and stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That bitch. How dare she?
So the person you knew as Ellen has been swapping bodies this whole time, and the green-eyed, black-haired lady was a convincing practitioner that she was using.
She said in her thing that I wouldn't recognize her if I saw her. Mm-hmm. I actually thought that when Keith told us that she was the dog.
Nice.
That's why I loved you so much.
That Hattie would get killed, I would get the dog, and it would snuggle with me. And I never quite realized that it was Ellen.
Yes, clearly enough.
Oh,
I'm all excited for that one.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
All right. Let me go ahead and finish it up. We can talk afterwards. Our players included Kaylin McDowell, Sawyer Hill, David Gasway, and myself with Keith Craig as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows for you to download from Podbean, Spotify, or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, visit our Patreon account or hit the Super Thanks button just below. It's your contributions that keep us going. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and push the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.
It's under control.